I'm going to talk about 5 things that 50 plus must be doing. 5 things that you must be doing or start doing if you've not done it before when you turn 50. So there was some privileges of turning 50, but at turning 50 you also, it's the first time you start to be a high risk for certain diseases. It's almost like certain diseases wait until you turn 50 and then they pounce upon you. So a lot of things you'll notice when you're 50 and older, you're high risk for colorectal cancer and breast exams and prostate and all those issues, hypertension, diabetes. So 50 is a critical time for you to start having those routine exams. So my first thing 50 plus must do is have annual physical exams. It's a must, not something that'd be, oh, good to have. It's critical. Now, why do you need a physical exam? Well, physical exams, first of all, can catch things at its early stage. When things progress, it starts at a benign point or basically a point where it's very minimal activity. And if you catch it then, you catch it before it reaches a stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and it's more easily managed when you catch it early. Remember, prevention or early detection is a great sign of health. So that's one reason you need to have your physical exam. 2, it allows you to have a baseline. A baseline is basically, where is your blood pressure now? Where are certain levels or measurements? Because you want to make sure they're not progressing. But if you don't, if you have an exam at 60, you don't know if something has existed for the past year or the past 10 years. You don't know if it was this size, if it grew this much over a short period or over a long period. So whatever you may have, they may be detected at age 50, they may just have it as kind of an observation. We want to observe some things right now. It's not bad, but we at least want to record where they are so that you have a baseline. So if it gets worse, then we know what we need to do. So that's the second thing. It can save you a lot of money in the long run when you get a physical exam. Because when you get an exam, you're not going to be spending a lot of costs on trying to treat or manage your condition when you can basically take the necessary steps to prevent it from progressing. So it saves you a lot of time and money over the long haul by just nipping something in the bud now, finding out what measures you need to take to control it, and it saves you that time and money. So you need, first of all, get physical exam. Secondly, study music and art. It's something that when you're so busy in our busy world, we don't get a chance to do things like that, studying art and music. But studying art and music develops concentration, cognitive abilities. It allows you to focus more. When you're listening to music and you really are studying music, you're very keen to certain tones and sounds, and it keeps your memory system active. It allows you to be focused on hearing better. I've noticed when people get older, it's not that they don't hear you, they're just not focused on what you're saying. So they have to, sometimes we have to repeat things twice to someone when it gets to be 50 plus. I say you have to repeat things twice when they get to be 50 plus. And because they're not focused. Not that they don't hear you, but music teaches you to focus more. Have your concentration back where it should be. And art develops an appreciation for the very nature of things. It kind of calms you down. When you look at a painting or something that's beautiful, a work of art, it has a soothing and calming effect. So the more you study those things, the more you put art, real art up on the walls, or the more you go to art shows or art exhibits, it develops a greater appreciation for the cognitive ability that you must keep intact as you grow, as you age. It allows you to focus better. As I mentioned, y'all should have better focus, better cognitive ability, and you're more precise with sounds and what you hear. You're able to focus more on sounds. So study music and art. Next, balance exercises. Yes, as we get older, we tend to lose a few things as we age, especially when we get to be 50 plus. Our strength starts to decline very rapidly after a certain age. We lose our coordination, we lose strength, we lose circulation, we lose mobility. We're not as flexible as we should be. So when you start working with balance, and balance can be things like just riding a bicycle or hiking or dance lessons. That's what my wife and I did take in the past. We're going to start taking again. Dance lessons are a great way to develop coordination, develop agility, kind of help get your body function together. You start to lose a lot of those things, believe it or not, when you don't keep it in stride. So dance steps and having to move, your body will thank you for it. And it's a lot of fun also taking dance lessons. We really enjoyed that when we started doing that. It builds better posture. When you start working on balance things, it makes you stand up straight, because when you slouch, you notice that it throws your balance off. But as you work on balance exercises, it makes you have to stand up straight, because your body is better balanced when it is, more in a lying position. Less visits to the chiropractor when you work on balance. And as a chiropractor, I was always having people to work on balance exercises. In fact, I have a balance board at home that I work on, and balance boards are simply like a little platform like this table here, but it's a smaller platform that you stand on, and it has a ball in the middle of it. And the idea is to learn how to balance on this little platform. And I'm telling you, it's not easy, but it has levels. It has a beginning level where you don't tilt very much. Then you have where you have to really balance a lot more. But that's one of those things, I think, as we age, balance becomes very, very important. Falls are the number one cause of injuries in the elderly. It causes severe problems, as you probably already know, hip fractures and other issues, bruises, bumps, all those things, and your body does not heal as quickly as it did when you were younger. So a bruise would normally take you a week or so to heal. Now it's a month and you're still aggravated with these things here. So it's better to keep your balance, because you'll need it and it'll be useful for you. Okay, so it prevents falls. Balance prevents falls, also improves coordination and helps build better posture. Next one, spend time with children. Spend more time with children. The elderly are such a treasure to children. It goes both ways. There's so much love that they give back to you. It's unconditional. Children accept you for who you are. They wherever you go, you have a sense of belonging with them. You're loved. And children have a way of just making us smile more. You'd be amazed how much, children laugh at everything. Everything. You fall, and children, they will burst a gut laughing if you fall or stumble up, you mess up. And then you laugh. But normally the thing that you would be upset with, you laugh along with them. So they help to keep you young, help keep you vibrant and active. Children let you see what the simplicity of life really can be. Because we become so serious as we get old. We get serious about stuff. We just take things so personally. But children, they don't have that. There's nothing personal about it. Their day is just like every day is a new day. It's fresh. They look forward to it. They smile more. They love more. They love more deeply. And as you're around them, you begin to remember the things you forgot, how life really can be before we became so serious and so adult and so stoic. So spending time with children a must as we get older. I know you have grandchildren, but spending time, maybe volunteer at a school, reading to children in the classroom or at your church, maybe work with the youth groups, small groups like that. You're a treasure of knowledge. You have a lot of knowledge and wisdom that you can share, but there's so much that'll go both ways as you spend time with children. Take on challenges. That's the last one. Take on challenges. For example, biking events. You may find that you may want to run a 10K or walk a 10K. Those challenges are really good for you. They may have them once a year in your community or in your town. Just sign up, and what you'll do is you have to practice and get ready for those. So that'll make you get outdoors, you'll walk more, you become more energetic. And when you're outside walking, one challenge is to start walking your neighborhood. If you don't walk, just start walking more. Park away from the front of the store, like in those 50-plus parking, senior parking. Get away from that. This is the real seniors have the senior parking. You don't need the senior parking. Park somewhere out, and then walk more. Enjoy the walking. Enjoy the great outdoors. But the challenges that you take on, like events, 10K or walking events or any kind of pledge drives or things that happen to really help a cause, and that requires you to participate. Those challenges are really helpful. It makes you feel more useful. It makes you feel that what you're doing really matters. And by the time we get to be in our 50s, you're reaching that retirement stage of life, so you haven't found many things that really stimulate you like work had. So when you start to retire, or get to that point where you're about to retire, you don't really do very much. So you need things to kind of keep you going, to stimulate you and make you stay in the game. When you take on challenges, it calls for creativity. You're more creative when you take on a challenge. You learn how to do things better. Like if you took on a challenge of a music class or you want to learn an instrument, that's a challenge to learn a new instrument. You start to become creative. And then again, learning an instrument is a fun thing to do. So that's a very creative thing. It teaches creativity. It keeps you humble because when you're learning something new, you're not gonna do it well at first, and you feel like giving up. But when you achieve it, you're very proud of yourself. When you take on challenges and you achieve them, it builds self-esteem. You're real proud of the work that you're doing. Sometimes we don't have anything that we're proud of when we get older. There's nothing that we're doing that we can really feel proud of. So taking on challenges is something that you can accomplish. It develops self-esteem. It develops coordination. It makes you feel happy about what you're doing. And it helps you be more creative. And also challenges make you stronger. Like some people don't start doing some things until they get older. Some people may start swimming at an older age in life. They just take on swimming or golfing, or like I said, mentioned biking. You may take on trails or doing certain things at an later age stage in life. Lifting weights. See, some people take up bodybuilding in their 50s. They start doing something that really shaped their body, and now they're in better shape than they were their whole life. So you have the whole world ahead of you. 50 is not the end, it's like the beginning of another stage of life. You can coordinate things, make it better, and make your life whatever you want it to be. So again, wow, time flies when I'm doing these things. I thought it was going to be, this is going to be a quick one. It's never a quick one, is it? So let me just recap what's happening here. First of all, annual physicals. Get your physicals. It helps you to detect things early, saves you money. It allows you to have a baseline for whatever it is so you can measure it now and see if it's progressing. Whatever discover it now. If it's not a problem, at least you have it documented and you know what it's like. Study art and music. Board games is another one. When you start to talk about art and music, it develops coordination. It helps to stimulate your hearing, makes you more conscious of your surroundings because you're hearing more when you're studying music and art. Balance exercises prevent falls, improves posture. It helps to build your posture, makes your body stronger, and you're more coordinated when you are developing balance. Spending time with children, as I mentioned, children are a treasure to us and we're a treasure to them. They'll keep us young. Spending time with children will keep you laughing, will keep you focused on what's important and what's not important. It teaches you to let things go, and there's so many things that you'll be able to learn from them and they will learn from you. And then lastly, take on challenges. You know, whether it's a 10K, whether you want to take on a challenge of learning a new language or learning an instrument, or playing an instrument, or swimming, starting a new activity at an advanced age, it'll only serve for good. So there it is, 5 things that you will be glad that you did, or that you should start doing if you're not doing them already. Let's make our latter years our best years. I think that's a good plan, right? All right, guys. Whatever you do the rest of your day, make it as awesome as you are. See ya.